Ladies and gentlemen, I have recently been a part of a smart city initiative at the city of Melbourne, and today I would like to share with you some of my learnings about how government is transforming. Some of you may have heard of the renowned urban theorist Richard Florida, who said, the better a city is able to facilitate interaction of people and exchange of ideas, the more successful it will be. The role of government in the way we live, work, and play is transforming. And when I say we, I mean each and every one of us. But how is government facilitating that change on our behalf? That can only be achieved by the power of people inside of these organizations. This transformation requires people equipped with the right skill set, the appropriate mindset, supported by an enabling environment. So what does the Australian government structure look like? We have 3 tiers: federal, state, and local. Each tier, its departments, its agencies often operate in isolation, which some of you from the corporate world may know as a silo mentality. I call this a me culture. While they may individually connect with their citizens, this linear approach reinforces this silo mentality, this me culture. And I believe this culture is no longer appropriate to address the challenges of the future. Let's have a look at one of the challenges. According to the UN, by 2050, over 60% of the world's population will be living in the cities and urban centers. 60%, that's a significant number. And many governments are taking a smart city approach to address the challenges and opportunities this urban shift will bring. But what is a smart city? First, let's visualize how our cities look like today. Pretend that I'm your helicopter pilot and come take a seat next to me. Close your eyes as we hover over this building. And what do you see? Probably this building and some neighboring buildings. Let's go a little higher. Kids playing in a playground, people riding their bike on a bike path. Let's go higher still. City skyscrapers, sports centers, railway lines. As we come back safely to the ground, open your eyes and ask yourself, who is this bike path, railway lines for? It's for the community, for the citizens, for you and me. All of these services, all of this infrastructure, they are managed by different tiers, different departments, different agencies. To me, a smart city is where all of these components are working effectively and efficiently to provide the best quality of life for those who live, work, and play in these cities. Underpinning this quality of life is the need to make sure that these cities are economically strong, environmentally sustainable, and culturally rich. Can these cities be delivered by this me culture, by this silo approach? I would argue no. I'll share 2 learnings from my smart city experience. Firstly, I learned that government have started to move from connect to interconnect. They have started to collaborate to provide better, more integrated services for the citizens. When the smart city wave started in Australia, local government were some of the leading players. Federal government increasingly saw the need to support local government. But a low level of interaction between state and local, lack of this interconnectedness, limited the opportunities presented by Smart City Initiative. Fortunately, that has started to change. State government increasing its participation. This interconnectedness is getting better. However, it is in very early stages. I call this interconnectedness as a transition from a we culture, from a me culture to a we culture. But why do we need to transition to a we culture? Let's consider a scenario from a city of the future, which, by the way, will be upon us very, very soon, autonomous vehicles. Can you believe it? Soon we will have robots driving us in cars and buses on our roads. It's not far. And in the process, state government might look after integrating those autonomous vehicles with our mobility experience in and around the cities. Local government might play a role in looking after pedestrian crossings and parking. Federal government at the same time might facilitate international investment or look after safety standard of these vehicles. Challenges like these cannot be addressed unless all tiers are interconnected and working together. But is that enough? This is where my second learning became evident, and I realized the need to move beyond from me to we towards what I see as a transformation towards an us culture. And by us, I mean all tiers of government working together, all departments or agencies working with their citizens. At City of Melbourne, all the time we ask this question, what is the most important element of this urban design process? Isn't it the needs of the citizens? Isn't it your needs and my needs? Coming back to what Richard Florida said, keywords being interaction of people and exchange of ideas. Governments need to work more closely with their citizens to understand how to best facilitate these exchanges and these interactions. In my team, we use human-centered approach to come up with a process to make sure that every project that we work on engages with the citizen from beginning till the end. Involve them in the beginning to understand what their needs are, define the right problem, work with them throughout so that we are delivering the solution that actually solves their problem. For a smart city to be truly smart, governments first need to start with understanding the needs of their citizens, and only then look for the technological or infrastructure solutions to meet those needs. But there's a bigger question there. How do governments collaborate and work as we? How do governments work hand in hand with citizens as us? It can only happen by harnessing the power of people in these organizations. At every tier, we need team members to have the right skill set, the appropriate mindset, and we need governments to provide them with an enabling environment. We need skills that encompass human skills and tech skills. Human skills are the key. Teams that value human-centered design will include citizens as co-creators of their own smart cities. They will listen and learn, have meaningful conversations to understand the needs of the citizens. They will include all the communities. They will involve business community, education community, even communities on the edges. Everyone will have a say. And they will participate in designing their own smart cities that are economically strong, environmentally sustainable, and culturally rich. Along with these skills, we need mindset. We need a certain mindset which is a combination of various attitudes to affect this transformation towards an us culture. We need an ecosystem mindset that connects the conversations across various tiers. We need a mindset that inspires and motivates the rest of the organization and takes the organization with them. We need a mindset that is continuously challenging the status quo and experimenting with paths towards a new way of living, working, and playing in our cities. Skill set and mindset are the seeds. Now we need an activating environment. We need an open leadership that allows the team members to be change agents. Empowered by skill set and mindset, supported by this leadership, these team members will collaborate, expand conversations, and make a real difference in our lives. This enabling environment is a playground. It's an open space where these tiers interconnect, they interact. And this is where they invite citizens to join them as well. This is where new relationships are formed. A new mindset is strengthened. And this is what I mean by a truly transformative us culture, all tiers of government and citizens working hand in hand. I would wrap up by reiterating that government is going through this revolution of transformation. Transformation essential to deliver the services of the future. Transformation necessary to continue to deliver our cities of the future. And to successfully transform from me to we to us. Government need people. People are central to this transformation to nurture this us philosophy. I'll leave you with one final thought. Government is facilitating that change on our behalf. It is our government and we are a part of it. Ask yourself as citizens, what is our role in this transformation? What can we do to contribute? I see our role as at least an engaged citizen to support this transformation. And it has never been easier in this digital age. Reach out to your local government, reach out to your state government, reach out to federal. Tell them what is it that you need. Engage with them. It's up to us to play our part and get involved. Let's make sure we do our bit. Thank you.